Okay, excuse the helmet hair, but let's have a little chat about why Betty's come into my life, how Betty has come into my life, and what else is in my stable currently. So let's talk about my bikes and why we've ended up where we are. So I started off with the Mutt Mongrel, the 125. Absolutely loved it. Perfect first time bike. I only had it for about 6 months and then sold it on to somebody else who was learning. So I was riding it on L plates, and pretty much the week after I got my full license, the Mutt Mongrel was passed on to somebody else, and I bought Lagatha, the mighty 350 single Meteor. Now I loved my Lagatha. Lagatha and I had some great journeys. We were together for just over a year. I say were, you might have guessed, Lagatha's now moved on. The reason for that is basically I got to the point where I was searching for a sixth gear that wasn't there, and that's kind of when I knew that I needed just something a little bit more oomph. That Meteor 350 single is a perfect first bike for anyone. It won't be the last time you see her. She has actually gone to a friend of mine who I go camping with, so we will be catching up together, hopefully on a cruiser style kind of camping holiday. So in the future you will see her again. I'm a little bit sad to let her go. We did some great trips together, Scotland being my first ever tour solo, and that bike was incredible. It was just kept on plugging. Then came along Roger. I love Roger. Roger's not going anywhere, let's face it. Roger has taken me through France, up into Scotland, all over, and he has got much more yet to come, so Roger's a stayer. So that left me with just one bike, just Roger. I do have the 1954 BSA as well, but that's definitely not a touring bike, and it's definitely requiring a little bit of maintenance. So with just Roger in the stable, it was a bit lonely. Kind of fancied something else, with something a little bit different, completely different to Roger, with a little bit of a poke. So I had my eye out for a bobber or a bobber conversion that I could do, and just happened to stumble across Betty. Now Betty is a barn find. She was a true barn find. She's basically been in a barn for 2 years. When the previous owner bought her, didn't do much on her, and then upgraded to a sports bike, so Betty was left unloved. Betty's put me through some trials already. I've suddenly learnt what it's like to ride a bike that's not got suspension really to speak of, doesn't have a fuel gauge, doesn't really have any dials or controls at all. She is a Honda Shadow, or was originally a Honda Shadow. She's still a Honda Shadow, but she's now a Honda Shadow bobber, so she is the VT600, which has been bobbed. This is some of our story together so far. It's like the boys are back together.
it away as well.
Not even watching.
Don't like it. God.
Yeah, go on, Jay.
No,
Why are you hiding?
I've lost the socket. I just want to take it off now.
Just do it. It's out.
Nearest.
So we're going to take 2 inches off,
We are.
and then that'll allow the spring to be less compressed. So it'll give me a bit of bounce in the forks.
And this is apparently, when we want bounce, we want a bit of sag. There's no sag.
There's no sag.
It's exactly 10. So we're going to use American. And we're going to get a, what we're going to get to market with.
About
8.
I haven't got my glasses on.
Oh.
Is that cutting it?
Yes, it will, yeah.
So we've got no Beardy today. Where's Beardy?
Safely away in Spain.
Not intervening.
Bless him. Beardy's gone on a, I'm very jealous, so don't talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
Beardy's gone on a really old gold star. Oh, well done.
Just going to talk about it.
And he's
Yes.
riding through the Picos.
He certainly is.
Does that make it hot?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
it doesn't, does it?
I'm really strong and tough and hard. Shit. Right, there you go. Job's a good one.
Beautiful.
Alright, and that looks about YouTube size.
Is that what the man did on YouTube?
Yeah. It's visually, that is what I was looking at, you know, when I saw him do it.
Do you need? I'd say that is exactly 2. That's definitely better. Definitely.
Yeah, excellent. So we've made an improvement. That's good.
We have definitely made an improvement. Very straight bars. Very nasty mirrors. Invisible indicators. Mouse! And a very cheap MOT legal light. Okay, let's talk about the seat. We have a new seat coming. I've elected to have a girly seat, which is more upright at the back, bit of a farm tractor bucket style, and a little bit wider, and it's also very snazzy black and ox blood to go with my wraps. Where are they? There somewhere. To go with my wraps. So in taking this seat off, because I thought I'd be clever and try and fit it myself, this had worn through already because somebody obviously couldn't be bothered to take this bit off properly by undoing all the nuts and bolts. So previously this had already got a weakened point in it. I went to lift it off, the whole thing snapped, so now it's held on by lots of tape, so that needs to be fixed and repaired. The seat itself, well, it should have springs under. I don't know if you can see, but it doesn't. It's basically mounted to the frame. And if you know what riding a bike with a seat mounted to the frame is like, you'll get where I'm coming from with that. Monkey wrench.
Don't worry, it should. We'll get it off somehow. Yeah.
It's like a Chesterfield armchair.